Time, the foreman's currency. Time is money, especially on a construction site. Projects that drag on inflate budgets. Mastering time management is crucial. It's about meeting deadlines and protecting profits. The FIDIC Red Book is our Bible. It lays down the law for international projects. Time is a major player in this book. Know the rules, watch the clock, lead your team. With knowledge and grit, conquer any project. Contract time, the job site clock. First things first, we gotta talk about the contract time for completion. This is the big one, folks, the deadline that's etched in stone, or at least in the contract. It's the date by which the contractor promises to finish the project, signed, sealed, and delivered. The contract time is determined during the bidding process and is based on a whole bunch of factors: the project's size and complexity, the availability of materials and labor, even the weather conditions. It's like putting together a giant jigsaw puzzle, except the pieces are made of concrete and steel and the clock is ticking. Now, here's the catch. Once the contract time is set, it's not easy to change. The Red Book has strict rules about extending the deadline, and you better have a darn good reason if you're gonna ask for more time. We'll dive into those reasons later. For now, just remember this. The contract time is your North Star, your guiding light, your ultimate goal. Keep your eye on the prize and don't let anything throw you off course. Red Book rules, the blueprint for time. The FIDIC Red Book is like the rule book for a football game, but for construction. It defines responsibilities and deadlines for contractors and employers. It also provides a framework for dealing with unexpected issues. Knowing the Red Book's time-related clauses is crucial for both parties. Extensions of time when life throws a wrench. Look, we all know construction projects are about as predictable as the weather. Sometimes things happen that are beyond our control, throwing a wrench into even the most carefully planned schedule. That's where extensions of time, EOT, come in. The Red Book recognizes that sometimes delays are unavoidable. Maybe a hurricane rips through your job site, or a global pandemic throws the supply chain into chaos. Whatever the reason, if it's something that's not the contractor's fault and it's going to delay the project, the contractor can apply for an EOT. Think of an EOT as a get-out-of-jail-free card, but with a lot more paperwork. It allows the contractor to push back the completion date without facing penalties. However, getting an EOT approved isn't as easy as just saying, hey, things are running behind. The contractor needs to prove that the delay was caused by something beyond their control, and they need to provide detailed documentation to support their claim. We're talking about records of weather events, correspondence with suppliers, and anything else that can back up their story. Section 5. Delays. Knowing your enemy. In the construction game, delays are the enemy. They can eat into your profits, strain relationships, and turn a dream project into a nightmare. That's why it's crucial to understand the different types of delays and how to deal with them. First, we've got which are caused by events outside the contractor's control. Think natural disasters, labor strikes, or changes ordered by the employer. These delays typically qualify for an extension of time, giving the contractor some breathing room. Then there are which are the contractor's responsibility. These could be things like poor planning, inefficient work methods, or subcontractor issues. In these cases, the contractor might face penalties like liquidated damages for each day they're late. Finally, we have, which are a real head-scratcher. These happen when both excusable and non-excusable delays occur simultaneously, making it tricky to determine who's responsible for what. This is where things can get messy, requiring careful analysis and negotiation to figure out the impact of each delay. Section 6. Time impact analysis, proving your case. So, you've encountered a delay on your project, now what? Well, if you want to claim an extension of time or compensation for the delay's impact, you need to prove your case. That's where comes in. TIA is like a forensic investigation for your construction schedule. It involves analyzing the delay's cause, its effect on the critical path, the sequence of tasks that determines the project duration, and the overall impact on the completion date. It's not for the faint of heart, folks. This analysis requires specialized software and a deep understanding of construction scheduling principles. You'll need to gather all the relevant documentation, like the original schedule, delay notices, and correspondence with the employer. The goal of TIA is to provide objective evidence of the delay's impact on the project timeline. This evidence is crucial when submitting an EOT request or negotiating compensation for delay-related costs. In short, TIA helps you fight for what's rightfully yours. Section 7. Documentation, the paper trail to victory. Remember what your mama told you about keeping your room clean? Well, the same principle applies to construction projects, except instead of dirty socks and empty pizza boxes, we're talking about contracts, schedules, and correspondence. Documentation is the lifeblood of successful time management. It's the paper trail that proves what happened, when it happened, and who was responsible. Without proper documentation, you're basically building your case on a foundation of sand. So, what kind of documents do you need to keep? Think of it like this. If it relates to time, write it down. This includes your Bible for the project, outlining the agreed-upon timeline. Your roadmap to completion, showing the sequence and duration of tasks. Your diary of the job site, recording weather conditions, labor availability, and any issues encountered. Emails, letters, and meeting minutes documenting communication about delays, changes, or any other time-related matters. Trust me, when it comes to disputes over delays and EOTs, having thorough documentation is like having an ace up your sleeve. It provides the evidence you need to support your claims and protect yourself from potential disputes. Section 8. Completion and handover, reaching the finish line. Congratulations! You've navigated the treacherous waters of time management and reached the final stage of your project, completion and handover. But hold your horses, folks, we're not quite done yet. Just because the building's standing doesn't mean you can clock out and call it a day. The Red Book outlines a clear process for achieving completion, which involves issuing a taking over certificate. This certificate signifies that the works are essentially complete and ready for the employer to take possession. Sounds simple, right? Well, not so fast. Before the taking over certificate is issued, there are usually a few hurdles to overcome. This includes completing any outstanding work, rectifying defects, and providing all the necessary documentation, like as-built drawings and operation manuals. The handover process can be a bit like a dance, with both the contractor and the employer carefully stepping through the procedures outlined in the contract. But once that taking over certificate is signed, sealed, and delivered, you can finally pop open a cold one and celebrate a job well done. Section 9. Practical tips, winning the time game. All right, we've covered a lot of ground here, folks. Now let's get down to brass tacks and talk about some practical tips for winning the time management game on your next construction project. Know your contract. The Red Book is your Bible, so make sure you understand the clauses related to time, delays, and EOTs. Plan like a boss. Develop a realistic schedule that considers all aspects of the project, from material lead times to potential weather delays. Communicate clearly. Keep everyone in the loop, from subcontractors to the employer, with regular updates on progress and potential issues. Track progress religiously. Monitor your schedule closely and identify any potential delays early on. Document everything. Keep detailed records of everything related to time, including daily reports, correspondence, and change orders. Don't be afraid to negotiate. If delays occur, be prepared to negotiate with the employer for EOTs or compensation for delay-related costs. Remember, time management is a team effort. By working together, communicating effectively, and staying organized, you can keep your projects on track, on budget, and on the path to success. Section 10, the bottom line. Time is money, friend. In the construction world, time is more than just a measurement. It's a valuable commodity that can make or break a project. Mastering time management, especially within the framework of the FIDIC Red Book, is essential for any contractor aiming for success. Remember, delays can lead to cost overruns, strained relationships, and even damage to your reputation. By understanding the Red Book's provisions for time-related issues, you can navigate these challenges effectively and protect your interests. From diligently tracking progress to meticulously documenting every delay, the key to winning the time management game lies in being proactive, organized, and detail-oriented. Section 11. Now get out there and build something. So there you have it, folks. A crash course in time management according to the FIDIC Red Book. Now go out there, armed with this knowledge, and build something amazing. And remember, time may be money, but a job well done is priceless.